We'll begin this morning with the state of our education. This week, teachers from across the nation, including the First Coast, are in New York City trying to improve our nation's education system.
Nassau County Teacher of the Year Kelly Burnett is part of NBC's Education Nation in New York. Yesterday afternoon, she was one of 6 teachers from across the country who participated in a panel during a town hall meeting for the week-long event focusing on our schools. In that televised teachers town hall, educators from all over the nation aired their frustration and their hopes for fixing a system that's broken. A new report by Education Week shows 3 out of 10 students leave high school without a diploma.
Ninth grade reading classroom every single day, knowing that I've got to prepare these kids to compete globally, and they read at an average of a 4th grade level at age 16, and that is unacceptable.
We've fallen in one generation from 1st to 9th and college graduates. That's unacceptable.
If we are ever as a nation going to get this thing right, everyone needs to be held accountable. Teachers, administrators, parents, and students.
Well, in the town hall meeting, teachers expressed feeling under fire. Some of them say they're not to blame. Everyone is. So is the system. And Washington is offering a reform. In a new NBC News poll, 70% of Americans grade our public school system with a C or a D. Only 2% give them an A. Education Nation comes off the heels of this new report that ranks our nation, once one of the best educated countries in the world, now far behind other developed countries, with only 39% of young adults holding college degrees.
It's low. A national study found that the number of degrees awarded needs to grow by more than 250,000 each year to get us back on top. So the question is, can it be done? This morning, Kristen Dahlgren joins us live from D.C. with more on this. And Kristen, what's being done to get us back on top?
Hey, good morning, Phil and Joy. Well, it sounds like it's a good time for a national conversation on the state of education when we do look at these latest numbers. Let's talk first about those and how the U.S. is ranking now 4th in the world when it comes to college graduation rates. But if you look at just young adults, the U.S. slips to 10th in the world. So certainly not the superpower that the country once was. The current graduation rate for all adults is 37.9%. So there's this new report out from the Lumina Foundation for Education. That's an independent foundation that strives to help people with secondary educations. They say they were the first to set that 60% graduation rate goal by 2025. We've also heard that from President Obama, but right now the U.S. falling far short, and at the rate that we're growing right now, the U.S. would only be at 46.6% graduation rates by 2025. As you said, we'd have to increase the number of advanced degrees by about 250,000 each year, every year between now and 2025. So Lumina recommends 2 different strategies to help get this done. First, increasing the rate at which students who start college finish college, and then also somehow make it easier for people who are currently in the workforce to go back and finish their education. Also, they say that we need to target a couple of underrepresented groups like minorities, first-generation students, and also low-income students. And this has to be a national program to start to push people to graduate more. Now, when we look at the numbers, in Florida, a problem there as well. 36.8% of adults in Florida have at least an associate's degree. That goes down to 34.7% when you break out Duval County. And again, short of that U.S. national average of 37.9%. All of those numbers far short of that 60% goal, guys.
Yeah, we definitely have to get those numbers up. All right.
Yeah, so what's going to happen today?
Well, today is Education Nation here on NBC, and so all this week we're going to be hearing lawmakers talking about some of the things that can be done and really focus on starting this national conversation. There's also that new film out, Waiting for Superman, that talks about the state of education. We just recently saw that $100 million gift to Newark from the Facebook founder. So education really on the forefront of a lot of people's minds this week, and you're going to be hearing a lot about it sort of just today to start spurring this conversation on and see exactly where we can go from here.
It'll be exciting to see if anything does come of this. All right, Kristen Dahlgren, thank you very much. So we asked you, our viewers, on our Facebook page, if getting a college degree is a priority for your kids or for yourself.
Here's one of your comments. Cindy Hanley-Godot says, we're doing our part. My husband and I started working toward our bachelor's 2 years ago. We're trying to impress upon our 13-year-old the value of going to college right after high school and not waiting until later in life.
Good for them.
Yeah. You can join the discussion yourself. Find the story on our Facebook page. Meanwhile, this morning, Matt Lauer interviews President Obama about education in America. They're broadcasting it from the White House starting at 8 o'clock this morning. They'll also take your questions. You can find out how you can ask the president your question and also learn more about the concept of Education Nation at firstcoastnews.com. Just look for it right under our links section.
And we'll also be hearing from Betty Burney with the Duval County School Board. She's going to be here to talk about Duval County and see what efforts they're making to make the school system better.